Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and I just wanted to get on here and talk for a minute about the little thing called the stock market. I just wanted to basically say, don't panic, because this has happened many times. People get freaked out, and part of that is because the media helps to freak people out. We're all gonna die, you're all gonna be broke and destitute and all this other crap, but if you just look at the history, it's always come back. It's always come back stronger. So just buy the dips and ride it out. If you're not needing your money right this minute, let it ride. It'll come back. It always has. But there's also another thing to think of. The bankers do this shit on purpose. They have artificially inflated the market. They have made it so that they've dumped a bunch of money in it. They make it look like it's huge and all that, so they encourage everybody else to dump a bunch of money in it. And then they pull all their money out and run away with all their benefits and rewards. This thing has been artificially inflated for a while, so it needed to reset. And guess what? It's resetting. So your money will come back. You got to just sit on it for a few and let it come back. And probably it'll be stronger, because every time that we've had a major dip in the market, it's always come back stronger. Check your history. Just look into it. Don't freak out. Don't panic. It will come back. But I think there might be something else going on. We've been talking an awful lot about killing off the Fed because it's an illegal entity. The Federal Reserve is not federal, and they don't have any reserve. They just make the money when they want it. But they've never been a legal entity in this country. They were never ratified. The IRS, it's also illegal. The only reason they get away with the IRS is because they use their goon thugs to come enforce it. And they'll take everything you own if you don't pay your fines for living. So it's illegal, the Fed's illegal, and it's entirely possible. You can't take something away from the people if it looks like it's doing well, because they won't accept it. They'll rise up. But if it looks like the Federal Reserve is failing, then the people will demand action. And that's when the markets, they'll start to come back. But it's also when the U.S. Treasury may all of a sudden take over the production of the U.S. currency, which is what it was supposed to do originally. Our money is supposed to come from the Treasury, not the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a fiat note. It's just a piece of paper. The only backing of it is them saying, sure, it's worth something. But they can control that too. They can all of a sudden crash the dollar, so it's not worth anything. Which I kind of hope they do, because if they do that, then we are immediately going to be switched back over to the National Treasury for our U.S. notes, U.S. Treasury notes. So we need to get rid of the Fed. This might be that opportunity, and the bankers may have seen it coming, so that's why they pushed this event, so that they could trash the Federal Reserve and the economy, and then they can get all their money and run away. The only problem is when we kill off the Fed and it is no longer an entity, those Federal Reserve notes aren't either. And the Treasury will distribute their money to the banks. And if you have money, you can go exchange it dollar for dollar. But you need to have some kind of way to verify where that money came from. So these drug dealers that have $1 billion in their basement, they can't all of a sudden figure out how to justify the existence of that money. They're not going to give them the Treasury notes in exchange for it. Their money will be worthless. It'll be a basement full of toilet paper, which wouldn't be bad because toilet paper is becoming scarce in the stores. So, use some of that basement paper. But the point is, something good may come out of something bad. Usually does. So I want you guys just to relax, keep an eye on it, Pay attention to the Federal Reserve. If there's a lot of activity, all of a sudden they want to start dropping interest rates to be on the good side with the president. Watch the stuff. Oh, yeah, we're going to drop like to negative rates so that we can take care of the president like he asked us to. Watch for this kind of crap, because something's up. And it's just a matter of time. The Federal Reserve has got to go. It is illegal, and they've been ripping us off a long time. But brace yourself for the Jubilee afterwards. Also, you may end up with no debt for your first time in ever and get a whole complete reset on your life. So, anyway, that's what I got. If you guys like it, thumbs up it. If you want to subscribe, love to have you. Tell your friends about me. Hit me up over at DVP on D Live. And with that being said, y'all stay in the fight.